First Chronicles chapter 15, verse 1. David now built several buildings for himself in the city of David. He also prepared a place for the ark of God and set up a special tent for it. Verse 2. Then he commanded, no one except the Levites may carry the ark of God. The Lord has chosen them to carry the ark of the Lord and to serve him forever. Verse 3. Then David summoned all Israel to Jerusalem to bring the ark of the Lord to the place he had prepared for it. Verse 4. This is the number of descendants of Aaron the priest and the Levites who were called together. Verse 5. From the clan of Kohath, 120, with Uriel as their leader. Verse 6. From the clan of Merari, 220, with Isaiah as their leader. Verse 7. From the clan of Gershon, 130, with Joel as their leader. Verse 8. From the descendants of Eliasaphan, 200, with Shemaiah as their leader. Verse 9. From the descendants of Hebron, 80, with Eliel as their leader. Verse 10. From the descendants of Uzziel, 112, with Aminadab as their leader. Verse 11. Then David summoned the priests, Zadok and Abiathar, and these Levites leaders, Uriel, Isaiah, Joel, Shemaiah, Eliel, and Aminadab. Verse 12. He said to them, you are the leaders of the Levite families. You must purify yourselves and all your fellow Levites, so you can bring the ark of the Lord, the God of Israel, to the place I have prepared for it. Verse 13. Because you Levites did not carry the ark the first time, the anger of the Lord our God burst out against us. We failed to ask God how to move it properly. Verse 14. So the priests and the Levites purified themselves in order to bring the ark of the Lord, the God of Israel, to Jerusalem. Verse 15. Then the Levites carried the ark of God on their shoulders with 8 carrying poles, just as the Lord had instructed Moses. Verse 16. David also ordered the Levites leaders to appoint a choir of Levites who were singers and musicians to sing joyful songs to the accompaniment of harps, lyres, and cymbals. Verse 17. So the Levites appointed Heman, son of Joel, along with his fellow Levites, Asaph, son of Berechiah, and Ethan, son of Cushiah, from the clan of Merari. Verse 18. The following men were chosen as their assistants: Zachariah, Jaasiel, Shemramoth, Jehiel, Uni, Eliab, Benaiah, Messiah, Matmathiah, Eliflihu, Mikmaniah, and the gatekeepers, Obed-Edom and Jeiel. Verse 19. The musicians Heman, Asaph, and Ethan were chosen to sound the bronze cymbals. Verse 20. Zachariah, Aziel, Shemramoth, Jahiel, Uni, Eliab, Messiah, and Benaiah were chosen to play the harps. Verse 21. Matmathiah, Eliflihu, Mikniah, Obed-Edom, Jeiel, and Azaziah were chosen to play the lyres. Verse 22. Kenaniah, the head Levite, was chosen as their choir leader because of his skill. Verse 23. Berechiah and Elkanah were chosen to guard the ark. Verse 24. Shebaniah, Joshaphat, Nathaniel, Amasiel, Zachariah, Benaiah, and Eleazar, all of whom were priests, were chosen to blow the trumpet as they marched in front of the ark of God. Obed-Edom and Jahiel were chosen to guard the ark. Verse 25. Then David and the elders of Israel and the generals of the army went to the house of Obed-Edom to bring the ark of the Lord's covenant up to Jerusalem with a great celebration. Verse 26. And because God was clearly helping the Levites as they carried the ark of the Lord's covenant, they sacrificed 7 bulls and 7 rams. Verse 27. David was dressed in a robe of fine linen, as were all the Levites who carried the ark, and also the singers, and Kenaiah, the choir leader. David was also wearing a priestly garment. Verse 28. So all Israel brought up the ark of the Lord's covenant with shouts of joy, the blowing of ram's horns and trumpet, the crashing of cymbals, and loud playing of harps and lyres. Verse 29. But as the ark of the Lord's covenant entered the city of David, Mahil, the daughter of Saul, looked down from her window when she saw King David skipping around and laughing with joy. She was filled with contempt for him. Amen.